All right, guys. We just finished our race. It was a good race. Congrats again to Wide Open for taking that race. Definitely had the best score all night. Congrats to everybody in season 2. Want to congratulate Wildcard Coyote for winning that championship. And good run for Chapman. He was definitely doing great. Had a great run all season long. It came down to one race. With all that being said, we're going to get into this meeting. We're going to cover a couple of topics. I have some guys in here from the custom side. I was hoping to get some preset guys in here. But first topic we're going to talk about, which reason why I wanted preset guys in here. Talking about the series, I wanted to know some feedback because I know the preset had a different kind of structure towards the end and then the custom side. But you guys in the custom side right now, being the fact that I got y'all here, what's some feedback y'all can give me based on the season? Basically running with no stages. What's some of y'all opinions on what y'all saw this season? On both sides, I know obviously Mikey, you ran both sides, but what are some of y'all thoughts on how it was ran? And did y'all like the staging, no staging? Would y'all prefer staging, no staging? Whoever wants to take first shot.
Sorry, I'm eating.
Mikey, question, feedback?
Oh, I would say I like it either way. I don't care, stages, no stages. I guess the thing I dislike the most is damage. But if you earn your damage, then it's fine. But if you get it because of somebody else, because of lagging or something like that, then I really hate it.
Okay. Wide Open. You want to take? Want to go next?
I guess I prefer no stages. Even though with stages plays more into my strategy, but no stages makes it fair for everybody.
Okay. Rub. I love your input, Rub. Tommy.
Yeah, good talk, Rub.
Yeah, I'd prefer stages myself, especially for what happened with me tonight. That could have gotten me back in the race, but that's my opinion.
So
Stages.
you want to do a play? You would think stages with a playoff this season, man?
Yeah.
Well, Dark. Quit jumping the gun. We're about to get to that next time. This was action about the series and the way it was right now.
But yeah, I prefer stages.
All right.
Well,
and I think I already got.
For what happened tonight there, Tommy, that basically because of one driver, didn't enter the way he should have. Issues like that what we need to clean up, right? So
yeah,
voting for stages just because of that.
That happened to me about 3 or 4 times a year. So
yeah, I know.
Well, we're going to go over penalties because we're going to reinforce new third season. We're going to enforce them. We're going to enforce penalties on aggressive driving.
Yeah, guys, look, we're going to cover a bunch of topics. Yeah. So, like I said, just whatever I'm maxing to, kind of keep your answers just to that. And we're going to, trust me, they're going to have time for anything I might have missed if it's not covered. So, Chapman wrote, and he said he's not the biggest fan of stages, and seems to make few mileage just to make it at the end. All right, yeah, a few miles just to make it at the end of each stage. All right, we got Chapman out there watching. Hey, Chapman, what's up, Iceman? All right, guys. Moving on. Now, Leave it the same, OKC said. All right. Now we're talking about the future. Now we're talking about playoff structures to be more competitive, a more competitive championship. Obviously, on both sides, on the preset and the custom side, it pretty much was wrapped up by the time the last race of the season came into play. I would assume, my opinion for me was, at least if we're going to move forward, got to have some kind of structured playoff system to bring in more people to have a more competitive finish to the race, and have more guys be excited to actually have a shot at winning the championship, and maybe get creative to where we can have maybe a dash to let more people in. That's just some ideas, but for me, I would be in favor of a much better structured playoff to have a more competitive ending to the season. Queen, what's your thoughts on that?
Definitely, at minimum, it has to come down to a top 4 of all race at the finish. If at minimum, top 4 in points are racing for the championship final race, but a playoff system would be fine too.
Okay, Wide?
I don't think you need playoffs to make it interesting at the end. I think you just need a different point system to where one race could mean anything.
What do you mean, Wide?
Let's look back to, say, in NASCAR, back a long time ago, there was a different point system to where if you ran every lap in a race, you got extra points. So guys were quitting. You got one for leading a lap, but I mean, if
you get 5 points for leading a lap back then.
You got points per number of laps that you completed.
Yeah, I'm not down with starting the race, running 5 laps, and then only 8 people in the race, and you're only going to go down 8 points.
Look, I want to also maintain it to be simple and easy to follow. I mean, like I said, we can change the points around, but I want it to be structured in a way where somebody who's doing the points, taking the time to do it, can say, okay, well, it's easier to keep track of. At the same time, be ultimately fair. I want it to be fair for obviously the guys who's winning races, winning stages. If we do stages, I want everything to be structured in a way where you can't run away with it, even if we have to shrink a point system. So, don't want to make it too complex, is what I'm trying to say. Rob, what's your thoughts on?
Well, I'm just saying. Listen,
yeah.
when everybody runs a race, if you're only, in danger of losing 8 fucking points, if you start a race and run 2 laps and you finish 8th, man, it takes all season for the top guy to make any distance. If you got a guy out there, man, that's dominating, and he can, I just think, man, like I think Wide was trying to say, a race should count more than just 6 or 7 points.
Yeah, and I think part of our problem was our bonus point system was too strong. It gave a person who won a race and getting the pole and getting the fastest lap, that gave them an extra 10 points right off the back. So that means that just distanced anybody that might have finished 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. It almost put them almost a damn near half a race behind them already.
Yeah, I say lower that.
But all right, Tommy, what's your thoughts on a post race season for a more competitive championship?
I can go either way. I don't know. It's this year. I was just so far out of it. It didn't really come into play for me, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me which way we go. Yeah, I can't think of anything else we could do different, but doing how they do it in NASCAR now. But I really hated that thing when they first brought it into the sport. So yeah, but it's whatever anybody else wants to do. It doesn't matter to me.
All right.
Yeah, I can take it either way.
Okay.
I'll do like stages. Personally, from a driver like me, I do like stages. For a driver like me, it helps me get back up to the lead. You know.
Well, staging. See, this is the one thing I've noticed. What happens staging? It kind of keeps things a little exciting because you got your restarts.
Yeah.
And it gives people, like, if you spun out, say Tommy did not get caught up with Coop or anything of that nature, and he just got loose off the corner and spun and wrecked himself, but it wasn't too bad and he was able to continue.
For people like me, it allows me to stay up closer.
It kind of in other words, it don't give them the final bullet in the head saying, okay, well, they're done. It kind of helps somebody having one mistake, chance to get that fixed.
Listen, with the good drivers, and speaking from personal experience, man, I get a lap or two down. With the good drivers, it's hard for me to catch back up, man. It really is.
And that's the I think the yin and the yang of it. And I think to White's point, if you got a good car, you doing your job. You putting people a lap down. You taking people out of it. That's less people you got to contend with.
No, and I agree with that. I agree with putting you put in the effort, more effort than somebody else. I agree with that. But at the same time, I put in the effort, man. I run a lot of laps. I do my own setups. I try to be fast. But if I get 2 laps down, man, even though I've got a good, like tonight, I had a good car, man. But we got 2 laps down, and it just kept getting worse.
But I think for us, the reason why I'm saying, I think I'm in favor of 4 stages is I keep talking on the dark, and I was talking to Robbie earlier. The caliber of drivers we have in both series to be able to run a 50% race and having that last stage, we have to worry less about cautions because we race good together. We race good together side by side. We're going to get the drivers that shouldn't be here, that's part of a problem. We'll make sure we get them out. We bring drivers in. They're going to be underneath the same evaluations as everybody else. It don't matter if you've been here since season 1. If you go to start acting like a fool, you're going to get warned just like another person, just like any other person would. And that's the biggest thing I want for old school is I want the competition to be there. I want the racing etiquette to be there. And I want the respect to be there for all the drivers. Because every driver is responsible in controlling their car to not run over the car in front of them, not shoving the door, slamming the car into a wall. Every driver can control that. And that's one thing I got to say with old school motorsports is we race really good on the tracks together. I find we improved a lot from season 1 to season 2, even with bringing in new drivers. With all that being said, we are going back to enforcing the rules. Now, one rule in particular that we was probably the most relaxed on was the number of races you were able to miss, and before you was unable to continue racing in the series for the rest of the season.
And that made it terrible on me, man. I'm just telling you. It wasn't nothing I couldn't take care of, man, but having to take somebody off and put them back on, and then, come on now.
Well, look, like I'm about to get to all that, Rub. Now, the reason why we got laxed with it was because, the people having issues or, the people leaving and the people wanting to come back. And and losing numbers. I was trying to keep our numbers up, so I was bringing people in, letting people cross over. I was trying to let the competition, if people raced with us. But at some point, I find that it was kind of problematic. And then also you was able to see some people picking and choosing when they wanted to race. So I mean, on the preset side, we had people that missed over half a season, damn near half a season, which if we don't follow the rules, them guys would have been going probably since before the All-Star break, and some of them right after the All-Star break. So that's one thing. My question is, what would be an acceptable number of races to miss? Now, granted that you're keeping good communication with us to give us that wiggle room to where if something happens or whatnot, we can maybe slide the rules, but this is strictly for people who don't communicate, who picks and choose when they want to race. What's our number right now for the past 2 seasons has been 4. Do y'all feel 4 is lenient enough? Do we maybe need to bump it to 5? How do we want to have this rule enforced moving forward for season 3? Queen, what's your thoughts?
I really think 4 is probably a good number. I mean, we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 17 races, something like that. So
yes.
I really think, I think missing 4 is probably a pretty decent number. I don't really see. 5 would be your outside. Missing more than that, you're just not participating. Unless somebody may have something big come up and they may need some time off. And like you said, with the communication, you might be able to make an exception in certain situations. I don't know what that would be. But I don't know, that's that.
Okay, Wide Open, what's your thoughts on that?
I think if you miss, if you're going to miss 3 out of the first 5, then that's obviously a no-no.
Yeah, obviously.
Right.
Which we actually had that at the beginning of season 2. We have people that they show up, but they would leave 5 laps into the race. So, then after that, they would just start. They did that 2 weeks in a row, and then they just stopped showing up. And then he's like, but yeah, obviously, if somebody misses the first 3 of the 5 weeks, yeah, it's kind of not. They definitely showing not interest, especially if they're not communicating. Rub, what's your thoughts?
I think 4 is good, man. Now, I don't work. I know some of you guys do. I don't work. I think I might have missed 2 because I don't know, whatever I was going through some shit in just my own head. But, yeah. I think 4 is a good number, man. But then again, I don't, like I said, I don't work. But 8 o'clock race time, Eastern, everybody should be off work. I think because that's 7 o'clock Central, and I don't think there's anybody past Central other, really, is there? So 7 o'clock race time. I think 4 is a good number. But you got to stick to that shit, man, because listen, it's a point score. You got somebody, they may race 1 race. Oh, yeah, add him to the list. And he don't show up.
Yeah.
Or they missed 6 races. And, add him back to the list. That's
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, Rob. Tommy, what's your thoughts? I love that input, Tommy. All right, guys. The next topic that we're going to cover is going to be the race season, the length, as far as the playoff structure goes and stuff like that. Now, the Heat 5, the season 3 is going to be primarily on this one game. We ain't gonna have to worry about that transitioning from a 5 to a 6 this season. So that means we can get creative. We can have ourselves a little bit longer season. We can have maybe a better structured playoff, a longer season. What are your guys' thoughts on that process, that aspect of having a longer season?
Queen's in for it.
I would like to see a few more tracks, a few more races. We can run a few more tracks, road courses, whatever. Myself.
All right. Now, wide open. What's your thoughts on having a longer season for season 3?
Yeah, to me, the season length doesn't really matter.
Okay, Rub, what's your thoughts?
I'd like to see at least. I'm not real big on road courses, but I'd like to see a race on every course, I guess. Just like they do in regular season.
Okay, Tommy, you back with us?
Yeah, I agree. No, I had it on mute. I was talking to my son.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And as far I answered answer your question and realized I was on mute before, but I think 4 is more than should be. But I just want to get back to that real quick. But
no problem. Thank you.
But as far as I think there should be more races in this season. What are we doing now? Like 16?
We just did 17 to finish the season. Yeah.
Yeah, add a couple more tracks into it, and that's how we used to do in our other league. Heck, we ran every track, but that's too long of a season, though.
At least Canadian Tire and Watkins Glen, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, add some road courses.
What they got? 36 races total, right? But they run a few tracks a couple times. Yeah. I would say maybe counting a playoff and all, a total of 26 would probably be pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
I was thinking the same thing. 25 regular and championship being 26.
And that'd give you a good selection of tracks, you know what I mean? To where you ain't doing the same one twice.
Yep.
But I may have missed the question earlier, but I think there needs to be a playoff system too. I mean, it gives
I'm up for a playoff system, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm up for it.
I think the only way we're going to have a competitive finish is we got to have a playoff system included to include drivers.
Yeah. Well, we won't make it excited, but we want to be able to bring people in too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but that's the purpose of trying different things. We trial, we error, and that's why we have these meetings, because next season we want it to be an improvement over this season.
Yeah.
And same thing for season 4, season 5.
Yeah. And everybody's input, man, is important. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It helps us give us a better idea of what y'all want, what we want, and we can meet in the middle and make something happen. That's fun for everybody.
Yeah. And guys, also just a real quick touch base on the reason why I chose 4 races as a cushion was a lot of this was based on everybody's availability and commitment. Because, I mean, if everybody's saying they can commit and they can make every race, well, my thing is, okay, look, I'm expecting you here, but the 4 races is, obviously we know life happens, situations happen, you have to work extra hours, family emergency, something that can come up, that can happen, that's unexpected. So 4 races we thought was a good cushion when we first did this. Next thing that we actually was talking about earlier, and Robbie made this suggestion, was, and this actually was 2 parts. One was some of our recruits that we want to bring in don't want to come in because our start time on Fridays is too late. Now, I am in favor to make adjustments to our start time if it helps the league bring in more people. We talked about maybe possibly moving it up an hour to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Because right now, I know there's about 3 or 4 people I know that would have joined us, but 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern is too late. And I mean, it's already pushing Robbie's time frame as well. Robbie also, Robbie also piggybacked on that, was talking about possibly, if we did that, we could do 2 25%ers a night, or one, whatever we would choose to do. What were your thoughts would be on moving up the start time an hour, and possibly maybe even doing 2 races a night with maybe possibly 2 25%ers, or just keeping 1 50%er and still moving it up an hour to try to help our recruiting numbers up a little better. Mikey?
Running the 2 25%ers, is that the same track or different tracks?
It would be 2 different tracks.
Yeah.
Now, if that would be the case, that would be probably no staging. It would be just a straight flat 25%er.
Wow.
That is correct, huh, Robbie?
Yeah, that's right. 25% no stages.
That was just a suggestion. Like I said, if y'all would like to do that, we could think about it. But I think more importantly, do y'all want to move the time up an hour and just have a regular 50% race like we've been doing with staging?
Now, Robbie, if we did that, that would screw you, Dark, and Tommy. Say with the other league y'all are in.
I'm not in it.
Well, like I told Dark when I talked to Dark earlier, I mean, obviously he would have to make a choice, which obviously I know he's not going to leave old school to go race this other league. But like I said, ultimately, the decisions and everything we're making is for old school and what's best for old school. And like I was telling them, if I was racing Giggity on Friday nights, obviously I would leave Giggity in a heartbeat because old school. You know, old school is old school. Old school's ours. So, Wide Open, what you think about possibly moving it up to 8 p.m. Eastern? And maybe your thoughts on maybe 2 25%ers on Friday nights?
For me personally, it wouldn't matter to me if I moved it up to 7 if it helps. As for the 2 25%ers, it would definitely have to be with those stages. And I wouldn't, unless you're looking to make the season go faster, you'd probably do a doubleheader at the same track.
What you mean doubleheader at the same track?
Well, if you're going to run 2 25%ers, then run a doubleheader at the same track like NASCAR was doing with Dover, now and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we're only planning on running one track, the track once.
Yeah, run the same track with 2 25%ers that with a 10-15 minute break in between to give guys a chance to adjust their setups and maybe they'd be better in the second race.
I think we're trying to eliminate extra time. So it'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, but if you did move up to as early as 7, I mean, each race, a 25%er, is only taking you
still wouldn't be as long as starting
right?
Still wouldn't be as long as starting at 8 and running a 50%.
You should be finished by 9 Eastern with 2 of them, with a 10-minute break in between.
Don't want to move up too early because obviously we got people still getting off from work on Fridays, and like I said, we in
West Coast too. I don't know if anybody's here.
West Coast.
I'm West Coast, so
I would vote myself probably 50% race. You know what I mean, and start early, move the time back, start a little early.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm kind of leaning towards myself, just because.
Yeah, I'd just rather do one whole one and get it over with myself.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
And that's going to help us with recruiting too. I mean, like I said, I think Mikey found a couple of guys that said that it was too late for for them to join, or they had other commitments that started kind of later, or something like that. All right, now next topic. Obviously, gave us a couple of fits. Cautions and manual cautions. When to call a manual caution if the caution didn't come out? How many cars was involved? Like what deemed manual cautions? How bad it was. Obviously, we missed some opportunities. Some cautions should have been called. Some cautions shouldn't have been called. Obviously, one thing we don't want is intentional cautions, because obviously with penalties, you won't last long in this league if you're intentionally wrecking somebody, and it definitely if it looks that way. Queen, what's your thought on what you think maybe manual cautions at the extent of what they should be used? Like, do you think 2 cars, 3 cars? Does they have to have multiple cars spinning?
Well, that's a tough one. It's sort of like what happened to Dark in that one race at Charlotte. It was only a 1-car wreck, but another car caused him to wreck. Gosh, that's a tough one. I sort of think maybe you have to have a caution for that. Certainly, you have to have a manual caution if somebody causes damage while you're when they lag. If they lag and cause you damage, that should be a manual caution, and whoever's lagging goes to the back.
Yeah, we were about to get to lagging. Yes. Actually, hold on, Tommy. Wide, what's your thoughts, real quick? I'm going down the list on the chat.
If you get dumped like I did tonight and get pushed into pits and get a penalty, that should be a freaking caution. That's my opinion.
Now, if we do the new season, which stages do we really necessarily need caution, like manual cautions at that point?
It's hard. It's hard to. I mean, it's hard to say that, because if you get somebody like what happened to me, and I get forced, into the wall and then bounce off the wall and go into the pits, get a pit speeding penalty because I went in the pits. I mean, I don't know how you want to call that. I mean, that should be automatic. I mean, that just knocked me completely out of the race. So I don't know, man. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, but see, your input on it, that helps, that helps make a decision on what we need to do, because everybody's been in different situations. A lot of us been in the same situations,
Yeah.
We want it to be fair for everybody, because, everybody knows, kind of like, like Mikey just said, I got messed over by another car. Wasn't my fault, but I wrecked, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, that just make, you don't want to have that feeling. I don't want nobody to feel like, damn, and want to give up, because it does suck. And, it agitates you, you know what I'm saying? So, we don't want nobody having to feel like that, so that's the reason why we need to know what y'all's opinions are, man.
Yeah,
so
I just know in real NASCAR, if something like that would happen, that flag would be coming out.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah.
That's no different than my situation, but no different feeling as far as how the outcome of your race ends because of it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, well, look at me at Indy.
Right.
Dr. Robbie Bobby hit the wall and right in front of me, and they killed my race.
Yeah. I mean, shit happens, guys. I mean, shit happens,
And, I wanted to call it, even though it sucked ass. But, that's that gray line, like Tommy was saying. Like how many of these moments we're going to have, and how much of it can we clean up by having drivers just, hey, if your car is loose, get out of a groove, move out the way, slow down, get your car to pit road. Because
how about this? I say one warning. You get a warning. Next one will be a penalty. You know what I mean? And maybe strike 3 out. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe we might have to. Maybe we might have to.
Depending on what it is you're doing, but still,
yeah,
there needs to be rules that we got to start enforcing to make it a little cleaner than what we've had this season.
Robbie, what happened to you? Obviously in different leagues. What would be your best bet on a rule, and how would you call it, and how would you word it in a rule book? Like to try to enforce that.
Well, with a lag, it is what it is. You just have to deal with it. If you got damage on and you get damage from it, then you're just gonna have to keep on going. You're gonna have to stuff up and just put up with it. That's my opinion. With the caution side of things, if you are gonna do manual cautions, it needs to be a 2-3 car wreck.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just think that drivers need to be in more control. Like Rub, like I said, I'm not trying to harp on you. I get nervous every time I come up to you or around you because I feel that sometimes because you get distracted or whatnot, I'm afraid you're going to get loose on me or loose off above me, or
not
you're going to
slip. Not near as bad as you did in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Rub. Good talk.
I mean, for real. I mean, listen, I wasn't the best driver at the beginning when y'all let me join, but I think I've improved a lot. I mean, regardless.
You did. Look, you did. You did improve a lot. And like I said, I'm not trying to say that you're a bad driver. It's just I know you deal with certain things, and
I mean, I'll go to preset if I need to. It don't matter to me.
No, it's not. It's not your. I mean, it's your driving and your focus, how you hit the wall and stuff. I mean, that's not going to change whether you go to preset or you stay in custom. It's just something you keep working on. Because I seen, you from before and then now. You definitely improved. You hold the line better. You're able to. Before when you first started, oh my God, if you was in the middle of a pack, there was a caution coming out. And at least now it's not as bad, or to the point to where you can actually get going and stay off of people. If most of the times, if you're doing something to yourself, it's just to yourself. But
whatever y'all want me to do, man, I'm good with it. Just let me know.
No. Just keep improving. Just keep improving, bud. You're doing great.
You got to keep in mind too. There's his disability now. There are tracks he can't run like we can on, and he has problems because of his disability. He's no different than Coop. Coop not being able to really hear. We don't discriminate against that.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I understand the situation that
he's done a hell of a job from when he first got here. I will vouch.
Yeah.
He really has done a hell of a job. I criticize him, but I try to criticize him good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I think as we grow as drivers,
obviously you wouldn't be here if you didn't. Each other,
Yeah. We're getting better. Like I said tonight, Coop had. For whatever reason, Coop, I don't know if he just didn't know the rules.
Want me to take a bath? I know that. Oh, somebody pisses now.
That's me. I'm sorry.
No problem. Like I said, I don't know what's Coop thinking. I know Coop been racing with us long enough to know, be heads up. But whatever happened tonight should have never happened tonight. And he should have, if he knew his car or he wasn't used to his car or whatever the case may be, he should have not pushed so hard and not got into timing. I mean, that's facts. He could have controlled that. Hell, whenever y'all was racing y'all and I started getting a little twitchy, I let y'all go. I let Tommy go and I let Robbie go and whoever I needed to let go, I let go.
Yep.
Yeah. That's racing etiquette. That's what we need to do.
You gonna get off me, Trinity? I know that. One thing. You gonna get off me?
I ain't on you right now, but another thing I would like to. One thing I would like us all to do as a league is pick a night, one night, where we get a couple of us together. Hell, if we can get the entire league involved, that's great. I want old school to create public lobbies, get about 3 or 4 of us in each lobby, to where we can scout competition. You know, we can have somebody in near the front, we can have somebody in the middle and in the back. That way we can see how drivers are driving each other, they're driving you. And you know, keep that one night. Maybe we go for an hour, 2 hours, however long y'all want to go. Write names down, approach people, try to get them in. Now,
Good luck with that.
Sorry, Tommy, I did it again. I meant Trinity. I didn't mean Tommy. I just realized that shit.
Good luck
damn.
with that.
Yeah, you gonna get out me, Trinity. I know that.
now, I know I brought this up before, and a lot of people was in favor for it. What's y'all thoughts on having an old school, a league night for recruiting and going into public lobbies and creating them and trying to get
if they
numbers up
can't
that
beat
way?
me, they can't beat me. They can't be in the league. That's all I'm saying.
I'll give you that one, Rub. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
If they want to rub, hell no. Fuck no, we don't want them.
Amen.
Well, that's right. I'll be the sleeper. If they can't beat me, they can't beat the league.
First, the
Hey, I love you, Rub.
I don't know. I'm drunk. I'm drunk.
Now the next thing
If that's
is,
okay,
guys.
if that's okay, see? Shut your mouth, okay, see? Shit.
Look, next thing is, guys.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Hey, okay, see, pipe down. Look, guys, for every new recruit that comes in, we got to be welcoming to them. We just okay, see, I'm gonna come at you. We can't say they suck. We can't call them names. We can't literally say to them what you some of the things you were saying to them when they were coming in.
Oh no, it's because some of them they make me mad. I don't like racing with them.
Well, this is
you
not,
got to respect the league
rules. This is not your league.
You got to respect the league
this
rules.
is not your league.
You welcome them.
This is not
you know
your
what I'm saying?
league.
Just welcome them. Whoever comes in here, you welcome them with open arms, man.
Yes. Regardless of what you race with them and how they raced you or whatnot, this is not your league. We're going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
And if
We're
they
gonna give
do
everybody the
if they
chance.
do it in the league, you
If
throw
they
them
do
out.
it, absolutely. Tommy knows since day one, since we started all this, since we got together, we've been real hard on rules and we've been consistent with the rules. And like Dark and I always say, don't put us in a position to make us to be an asshole.
Right.
You know, don't do that. I mean, I don't care if I knew you for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. We want the league to run a certain way, and we expect from Dark to myself and everybody down below to lead by example. If you're a leader like Tommy stepping up to be, he helped out a lot with me and Dark. Dark stepped up a lot when I was out with my wife recovering from her surgery. Mikey's out there on the front lines trying to recruit. Yep. He's posting. He's doing his things. Guys, that's what we need to continue to build our league, guys. This is our league. This is drivers. We're showing you right now respect, because without you guys driving in this league, we won't have a league to run.
Hey, can I say something real quick, Trinity?
Yeah, Dark, go ahead.
Hey guys, this is something I've been working on, man. I'm trying to learn how to make videos and stuff. So I'm finna put us out a hype video. So if y'all can send me like pictures of y'all's cars, y'all send me a picture of y'all's cars, or you scheme with your number, whatever, you know what I mean? So I can save them and put them in the video.
All you gotta have is say the car and like they are.
Yeah, I'm not telling you when it's coming because I don't know. I'm trying to learn. I just now got the apps on my phone. I'm messing with it, and I got dude helping me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's on your phone.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just downloaded the apps today. I got the apps to do
that's
it.
Cool.
Yeah, and I was messing with it. I know how it's done, but I've got questions that I don't understand about it, and that's where he's going to help me. You know what I mean? He said he would
Well,
he would make a hype video for us if I wanted him to. That was no big deal. And I may get him to make a hype video for us while I'm learning this stuff. I'm just letting y'all know, man. I'm out like
um,
always behind the scenes. I'm doing stuff even though y'all don't hear about it until late. You know.
well, I actually was going to bring that into the fold, Dark, but since being that fact you got that out there, I'm going to go ahead and bring Robbie into this because guys, Robbie has a great idea to help us, but he's also going to let us know what he can do and how he can do it and um, all that. Robbie, you go ahead and you let everybody know what you can do for us and how it's going to all work.
I can't remember what bit you're talking about. So if you want
Advertising, bud, advertising.
All right, yeah.
The artwork.
So,
yeah, all the artwork, the driver's cards and stuff like that.
So here's what we're looking at doing. We're going to be like relaunching the image of the league. Because if you notice, most of the leagues that you'll spot out there that get most attention is the ones that look good. You know, some people do judge a book by its cover, and if, you know, the cover looks good, then you're going to draw in attention of new drivers. So we are going to be looking at doing driver cards, hero cards, whatever you might call them. Hype video, like dark covered. Also with the advertisement side of things, of where you're going to be racing that weekend in what series.
Guys, what's your thought about getting a hype video and getting some advertisement to our league? Queen?
Yep. I can't disagree with that.
Wide open?
Yeah, the more exposure, the better.
All right. Rub's good for anything. And Tommy, you're already chimed in. So, yeah, guys, those are all things that, you know, me and Dark and I with Robbie earlier, that's a lot of things we were discussing earlier, along with the details of the meeting. But the next portion of it is, guys, we need help. We need more help. We definitely want to be able to broadcast season 3. I'm stepping back. I'm not racing preset, so I can get in the booth so I can help cover the broadcast, the preset races, which I would need at least another 1 to 2 guys that can help commentate with me. I only need really just 2 people, but the more the merrier. Having people that would be willing to step up if somebody else can't make it for whatever reason. Same thing for Friday nights. Friday nights that's where the majority of a lot of us is racing. Guys, we need for this to work, we would have to have some preset guys to help cover. We're gonna have to have some preset guys to help cover the custom guys, and we're gonna have some custom guys help cover the preset. If we can do that with each other as a league to come together, you know, that's gonna help these races being broadcast. That way, y'all like watching yourselves race in the competition and watching back these races on YouTube. I love going back and watching our races on YouTube. It's a different perspective. It's a neat thing to watch. The commentary is always fun. It's great information. It's entertaining. And when you're racing, a lot of times you don't see the battles that's happening all over the track that the broadcast can bring you, and that's the fun part of going back and watch it. The front battles, the side by side racing, those things are elements that we as a league need to capture and share with people to bring people in, because we got top quality guys, great driving talent that needs to be showcased, that needs to be forefront, and people can see how good y'all are. I mean, like I said, that preset race that we just had, that was some of the best damn racing I was witnessing with these 5 guys, you know, running back and forth for a whole lead, for a whole stage, and for almost damn near half the race. The competition with Chapman and Coyote and OG and and Coop and Memory. Man, that was some of the best stuff I ever seen. And we do that damn near every night. We take to the tracks, whatever track we go to, we put on a show, and that needs to be streamed and shared. Y'all guys deserve to have that exposure. What's your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Absolutely, can't disagree with that. That's I personally, I guess I don't have a life, but I enjoy watching the streams. I watch a lot of the Giggity stuff, and of course I watch large portions of all the streams that we do. So I think it's very entertaining. And it may sound stupid. I watched Chapman's race a couple of nights ago. It was incredible. And,
so you've seen Rub. So you've seen Rub get better. Thank you. That's all
Wide open. What you think about what I just said about the broadcaster and needing people to help out?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, the more exposure and broadcasting is going to give you that. As for the presets, I wouldn't be able to, commit to every Tuesday, but I'd have no trouble being a guest commentator every so often.
Okay, Tommy, what you think? What's your thoughts? Well, which I already know you already participate, but
yeah, I think that's one thing we have to have happen is have the preset guys assist us in our races, because it's going to make it a better league, first of all. And I think maybe to step further, if we can get the commentating back and the broadcasting, set it into different social networking sites, Facebook, just post our videos there and put it in public and maybe attract more people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, guys, we got Chapman and FaZe that just joined us.
Oh, shit.
Two young guns. I want to say FaZe, if I were to be giving out awards, probably hands down, if I would be giving awards out, hands down, you're the most improved driver on the preset side.
Rob is the most improved.
Preset side.
Shut up, dang.
Rob is the most improved.
Shut up.
Hey,
it's your bedtime, kid.
Hey, guys,
somebody gonna have to go to bed. Shit.
Anyway, FaZe, that's props to you. I watched you all season long. I watched a very anxious young man settle down, patient, and his performance improved a lot.
Hold on. You forgot
Chapman,
the cleanest move at Daytona ever.
Oh, by hands down, dude, that pass to win in this league, in the series with the competition, hands down, dude, that track, that's definitely hand of the year. Chapman.
Yeah, that was move of the year.
Yes.
You welcome.
Chapman. I know you've been listening and watching. Is there anything that you heard that we talked about so far that you might want to chime in on your preset side with the racing, with your race Kentucky, with the longer season playoffs? Go ahead and talk about, kind of get caught up with your thoughts, because obviously I got some preset guys here that I can talk to.
I mean, it's like a double-sided coin, because I'd had like a pretty good year with all the wins and whatever, but then I feel like I kind of screwed myself. But the playoffs, like, I had a good point lead and then it went down, and so I felt like most of my effort was cut in half. But at the same time, it gives everybody else a chance, so it makes it more exciting. So I really don't know what the best of both worlds would be for that. And then if you're gonna have stages, I think you should have cautions, just because if you're gonna have stages, you should at least have stage points for it. Otherwise, you're just having free cautions. And then if there's like a wreck during stage 1, there should be a caution for it, so that way everybody has a chance to get stage points. And I mean, so far I really don't know any complaints. Probably the best league I've been in so far. Most competitive, that's for sure.
Tell these guys about
your... thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I appreciate
Bristol.
We try to make it the best for everybody.
Absolutely. That's why we're having this meeting.
Because there was a point where I was in some leagues and I was like, you know what, I'm just done doing that. And, like, I missed the competition feel, but it was not good.
That's basically how we put this one together. We've learned from being in other leagues what we like, what we don't like, so we brought all that to the table and put what we got together, man.
Just know you don't get races like me and him did at Bristol. You don't see races like that often. You know that,
Chapman, tell these guys that experience you was having Tuesday night at Kentucky.
I'm gonna say this: if that race was if we did it like real NASCAR and it was Championship 4, winner take all, it seemed like it was because of the way we were battling. But in reality, it was just to have the right to say, like, you know, I won the last race of the season. I mean, that was about as clean as you could have had it there. That was crazy.
I'm just going to say this. I must have never, ever heard Chapman before because this does not sound like the guy I pictured him.
He's only 18.
You gotta realize.
Did Chapman never talk or something?
Yeah, he does. If you be on the preset side. Anyway.
Well, I wasn't. Okay.
Why?
God damn.
You gotta realize something. Chapman's balls dropped over the course of the season because he's got a little bass in his voice now.
That wasn't why I just said that. That was Rub.
He left his mama's basement.
Yeah, Rub. Now we're waiting for Phases one to drop because he's still got that high pitched little kitty voice.
All right.
No, I thought I heard Chapman. I thought I heard Chapman before, and he sounded much older.
We roasting everybody.
My bad.
All right, but no, that was some fun, guys. That was just a little Chapman. That was a little for humor because of our young guns. I'm
young too.
Now, Chapman, will you be able to maybe Phase on the preset side? I don't know if you heard, but we was trying to the broadcasting and help people step up because we want to be able to bring this to people, share it, because I know that last race at Kentucky, damn near, and it needed to be streamed and shared because that was fun. And even Phase for a moment was up there with these guys. So until he pulled a rub and wrecked himself. Anyway.
Oh my God! There you go.
No, I told you PlayStation Plus knocked me out. No.
Yeah, he lost connection. He ended up losing connection.
I'm trying to get out of here, man. I'm drunk, so you better hurry up.
All right. Well, you're gonna pass out and fall asleep.
Yeah. I'm finna pass out.
All right. Doing some races. I started a Twitch channel.
Now, guys. Now, like I said, the recruiting we touched on. How would y'all like to have a night to be a league, go out and recruit, and what night would y'all like that to be if y'all in favor of it?
We could just do it Tuesday nights. You know, since we're not racing anymore, just do it there.
What you mean not racing anymore?
I mean, like, the season is over.
Well, that's definitely what we're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks. But I'm talking kind of more. That's another thing I want to touch base on. Bringing in new guys. At what point do y'all feel we need to cut that off so it don't become an issue with the quality of racing? And how should we do that?
If they can't be rubbed, they can't come in the league. That's all I'm saying.
They gotta finish ahead of Rub.
Yeah, they gotta finish ahead of Rub. They can't beat Rub. Come on now.
Rub. I'm sorry to say this, but Ray Charles can beat you.
Oh, there you go.
His ass is blue. Stevie Wonder will put your lap down.
Okay, check it out. For real though, on a real note, man, I'm drunk. I'm about to pass out, so I need to get off.
Well, go to sleep, Rob. Get off. Go to sleep.
But yeah, whatever he said, I agree.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it on Saturday night? We all make a public lobby and we all join.
Well, no, I want us to be able to be in multiple rooms. I don't want us like 10 drivers to be in one room.
I mean, like three of us on one lobby and people in another lobby and all that.
That's what I was saying. You know, break up, create.
Yeah,
you know,
Saturday night,
we're controlling.
That's where most people get on.
Well, like I said, I'm fine for any night. I just want it to be a league effort to where everybody can say, okay, well, Saturday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're gonna go lobbying, or Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're gonna go do this.
Because I'll be pulling a lot of hours at work during the week. That's why I'm not really on.
But
Queen,
what would be your preference of day and time that you would like to do this?
You know, my thing, I probably wouldn't be doing it when I have my son, but of course I would be doing stuff in the morning, early in the day, when I have my son. But any time otherwise, it doesn't matter when I don't have him, because it's his PlayStation. He allows me to use it.
All right, Robbie, I know you have a bunch of things you got your hands on, so I don't know particularly if you would participate in this unless you want to, and if you do, what day and time frame would you like to see this happen on for you?
Personally, maybe on a Saturday, it probably would be best. And I would recommend doing the 8-man lobbies where you allow mics to be used and you have 2 admins in each lobby.
Good deal. Yes, appreciate that. Wide open. What about your input?
I don't think the day really matters for me.
Okay. Tommy, I'm pretty sure you probably only free on the weekends, right?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Depends what time, though. I mean, if it's a good enough time, like 6, 7, something like that, I could probably do it. But anything later than that, my son will want to be down here with me, and I can't do it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Chapman, FaZe, y'all thoughts? Chapman first.
I mean, I'm good with her. I liked that Robbie's idea with the 8-player lobby and being able to talk to the people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's one thing for them to be fast, and it's another thing for them to have like a bad attitude. And so you want to make sure they're good on both.
Absolutely. FaZe, what's your little input?
I say the same thing about the 8 players with the mic. That'd be nice to know that they have a mic or not.
That actually makes sense, and I agree with all of y'all. I think that would be a good thing, and I think Saturday nights might be our nights. In fact, in fact, if y'all want to start tomorrow night, we can start tomorrow night.
Here's the thing about that too. Listen, when you go out into these lobbies, like especially hey, you know what? Even me, I suck the most in this league. But when I go out into these public lobbies, believe it or not, I'm not bad at short races and stuff like that. And don't go out and whip them real bad. Race with them to try to find out if they're clean and stuff. Don't go out there and beat them like I could envision Chapman and Wildcard. You guys just leaving. It's like, well, I don't know how they raced because I was 2 laps ahead of them.
Well,
as long as I beat them, it's good.
The main purpose is to scout the competition. We're not trying to kill everybody, like put them laps down. I mean, I want like Robbie was saying, but I want people to be able to be near the front. I want eyes to be on every single driver on the track. I want that to be the main focus, is how they're driving around other people, and if they have mics or not, which obviously communication is a must. So, what's up, FaZe? You want to say something?
Well, boys, I gotta get off. I gotta get my son upstairs.
You all right, Tommy?
Before you leave, Tommy, real quick, is there anything else you would like to add before you get off?
No, not really. I think we went over basically everything we had to go over. I mean, I think now it's just up to us going out there, like you said, and scouting people out and trying to get more people over here. But if we're going to do that tomorrow, we do have that All-Star race that Dirk and I have to run in tomorrow night.
Well,
after
like I
that
said,
we can.
Okay. What time is that race going to end again, Dark, you said?
I would think before 9, right?
I think you said it starts at 6. It's going to be roughly about 2 hours. If they start on time, you're saying.
Yeah.
Dark's got his mic on mute again.
He's knocked out.
Oh, yeah, he probably passed out with Rub. Oh. Well, look, guys, we're gonna definitely figure that out. And if y'all guys want to wait to tomorrow night after Dark and Tommy is done, we can go ahead and start recruiting for season 3. And one thing I'm gonna tell you right now: the guidelines to recruit these guys is getting a commitment and an availability for the times that we're going to be racing. If they can do it, invite them over, get them to send friend requests to Dark and myself. We can get them added to the chats. But make sure if they're interested, they are available, and they can commit to the times that we do, and let them know there's a good chance our times on Friday is going to drop to 8 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. To try to make it more friendly for people. So that will probably be a definite time change. It's for Friday nights. It's going to drop from 9 p.m. to 8 p.m.
All right, sounds good, man. All right, I'm going to get upstairs and get my son into bed.
All right, Tommy. Thank you for all your information and your input, bud. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Nice win again, wide open.
Yes.
Thank you, Tommy.
Later, guys.
Oh, no good. Congratulations, Trinity, on the championship. I see how it is, Tommy.
Oh, I never
I already told you that, buddy.
Tommy waiting for the official story.
I want to get it one time. Bro. How many times we
congratulations to you, my friend.
Appreciate y'all, man. I'm just picking. That's some good stuff. All right.
Take care, guys.
Yep. All right. Queen, is there anything else that you want to cover, bring up, touch that we didn't touch on, or any last statements you want to make?
One thing that's been on my mind, and I don't know if it's possible, something we used to do in slot car racing was in a point system. In the slot car racing, we would drop two, allow a racer to drop 2 races. Like, for instance, if you had in the points, you would drop your 2 lowest ones. Like wide open, he'd drop 2 second places.
I would drop the 2 road courses, I think.
That could be, but whatever you came in the worst in, you could drop them. So that could cover a racer for missing 2 races. It's just an idea.
Yeah. For instance,
that way, everybody has something come up every now and then, and if everybody dropped 2 races, then it might bring things back closer together in some areas.
I think a revamping of the point system can help in that area. I don't think we necessarily have to drop any races. I just think our bonus system was a little too overpowering.
Yeah. I noticed that, like, when Pickle kept winning all the poles in preset, I remember I won the race, and it was 18 points, and then Pickle won the pole and got the fastest lap, but finished, like, 5th, but he got the same points as I did, even though I won the race.
Yeah.
So I was like, this isn't right.
Yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna try to take a more simplified approach to points, without bonus points in the system being so overpowering. I want to do the same thing for the playoffs. I'm going to get with memory, and and we're going to come up with something both for the season, and the playoff structure. And then we're also going to come up with about how many races we want to run for the playoff, because obviously it looks like we're going to be running about 26 races in season 3. How many races do y'all think would make a good playoff finish? Like, do y'all want to do eliminations? Do y'all like what do y'all want to have enough races to where we can eliminate, do eliminations?
I feel like
Yeah, I say elimination.
Yeah, that'd make it pretty exciting.
Because it will make it feel more intense, and it feel like if you crash, then you feel like you're on edge right there, knowing that
Okay.
next race or this race you will be out. Yeah.
Well, look, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get hard to work and hammer out maybe some details. Now, I'm gonna have to get with memory. I would really like some preset guys to actually take over the preset side. I'm talking about like make a 26 race schedule, a playoff format, how many races we decide, but letting y'all create what tracks y'all want to go through in y'all season. Let y'all kind of have fun with the creativity over there. Kind of like this season, how the tracks were different and kind of the structures were a little different because we were trying different things out. But the details of everything, the races, staging, and all that is going to be posted later down within the 2-week period. I'm going to get with Dark and probably Robbie and Tommy, and we're going to hammer out maybe what's an acceptable number of races with eliminations based on the 26 race season. And then I'm gonna get with memory with a simplified point system, with a bonus point system that's not as overpowering as it was. Might maybe just do 1 point or 2 points. Something simplified to where you do get something. But that's going to definitely, the points system will be addressed and looked at. Robbie, is there anything else you would like to add or touch on that we have not touched on? Final thoughts from you.
No, I haven't got anything to add really. You've pretty much gone over everything.
Okay. Wide Open, do you have any final thoughts that you would like to say or share?
No, not at the moment. I'll just think over everything that was said and go from there.
Okay. Chapman, any last thoughts?
No, I mean, I like it the way it is with the 50% races, and I think the bonus points should just be like maybe just 1 point, because it's still like an accomplishment, so you should get something.
Yeah.
I don't see why the points have to be so difficult. I mean, why can't it just be 1 point for last, like in a 16-car field, 16 points for first, something like that, because your field is not going to be any bigger than 16.
Well, basically, that's exactly kind of how our points was this year, except the only difference is first had 18, but then pole and fastest lap was 5 each. So you had, if somebody double dipped with that, that's 10 freaking points they're getting. I mean, hell, you could finish fourth and get pole and fastest lap, and shit, you passing up the leader with basically almost with points. That's what Chapman was saying, because that was an issue. I mean, obviously it wasn't a reoccurring issue, but overall, at some points, somebody was getting pole in fastest lap, and it actually benefited them. And hell, it could have moved you up from 6th to 4th, depending on how close you were in points. But yeah, we're definitely, I'm going to get with memory. I did approach memory with doing this, but I know he got caught up with moving about taking over the preset. Chapman, how would you feel with tag teaming it with memory if memory chooses to do so, and help oversee everything that's going on the preset side.
I'd like to.
And I'm probably going to approach Wildcard as well, Coyote. I would like to try to get 3 out, because I think 3 mines can definitely create some good stuff on that side. Like I said, it's going to be, we do know right now it's going to be 26 races. Dark, Robbie, and myself, we're going to get together and talk about maybe a possible length of a playoff season, and stuff like that, and maybe a possible point structure for the playoffs, and maybe it's a couple of extra things that we might be able to add in there. We're going to brainstorm some things. We're definitely going to try to do some advertising, get some advertising from Robbie before season 3 starts. Dark's going to try to get that hype video. Those are some things that we're definitely going to try to do. Hopefully we can get a broadcast team in place for both preset, which I already know I'm going to be available for preset. I just need help to do it. And we need some people to help cover the Friday night races. And hopefully, if we can get that cooperation from participation from the preset guys to cover the customs and have some custom guys come over and help the presets, that would be wonderful for our league. Like I was telling you earlier, everybody in this league deserves to have their talents and their driving skills showcased, and the only way we can do that is if we can stream it and share it. FaZe, you're the last person on the totem pole. Any last thoughts about this season? What was said, or something you would like to see, add?
I was gonna say when the season start, and what else? Nah, that's it.
Good talk, FaZe. A lot of input there. Thank you. Calm down, young man. Dark, are you back?
Yeah.
You have the last word of the night, buddy. I'm glad you're back, because I gave it to FaZe, but I forgot. I skipped over you because I think you was muted.
Yeah, I just been letting y'all talk, let you get everything out, man.
Yeah, what's your thoughts? Did we miss anything? Did we cover everything? What's your last? You got the final word of the meeting.
Really don't have a whole lot of thoughts, man. Just trying to improve and bring some new stuff to the league. And, as long as everybody has fun, man, that's all I care about.
Oh, and guys, like we did in season 1, everybody got promoted to some type of veteran role. You've been baptized. You know what's expected of you. Well, we say that, but everybody who was in season 1 knew what we was expecting.
Yeah,
knew how to drive around one another. So we expected those guys coming over to season 2 to be veterans, to look over the new guys, and if there's something that they're seeing, help correct it. Wide open, FaZe, Wide, Robbie, y'all guys, and especially Coyote, and all the guys for season 2. Y'all guys are now veterans in Old School Motorsports. Y'all are expected to be up at a level above these new guys coming in, because y'all know what's expected of Old School. Y'all have a season under your belts. Y'all going to be mentors. Y'all going to help us mentor the new drivers in season 3. Like I said, right now we don't know the new faces yet. We got some new people. We're going to see if they come and join us because they were waiting for the season to be over with. We got 2 new faces. Well, 2 returning faces from season 1. They're going to be joining us again for the preset side. Yeah. Now, guys, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. These were some good drivers. There were some talented drivers. A lot of things kind of went a certain way at the end of the season, but it's water underneath the bridge, giving them another shot. So we're going to see how all that plays out. But everybody who finished season 2 y'all guys are veterans now. Y'all the next wave in leadership. Y'all take that and pat on the back that out of everybody who started with us at the beginning of the season, y'all finished with us, and
yeah,
that's props to y'all and everybody. I'm like me and Dark said, and everybody who pretty much stayed through the season. Everybody who went through the season and stayed, y'all. Damn it, Robbie, you made me change my train of thought. Damn it.
Sorry, dude.
Well, let me just say this.
I am wrapping it up.
I'm about to wrap it up.
I'm gonna wrap it up because I just want guys to step up. I want more guys to step up, man. Y'all step up because it takes a lot of guys to make this thing work. You know what I mean? It's not easy running it, especially when you got friends in it. You know, so the more that y'all can help out, I don't care what little it is, man. If you can step up, you know, it makes it run smoother and better. And I'm done as far as that.
Yeah. All right, guys. With all that being said, good meeting, good season, and look forward for the 2 weeks to put some work in and get geared up towards season 3. With all that being said, thank y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of Old School, and I love each and every one of y'all. Good night. God bless, and see y'all tomorrow night.
Appreciate y'all guys.
Night.
See ya.
Over and out from Old School.
Over and out.